When it comes to surviving in the wild, there's no better teacher than someone who's spent their entire life living off the land. Enter Hannah Barron, a name that's become synonymous with adventure, grit, and unshakable confidence in the great outdoors. Whether she's catching catfish with her bare hands or hunting game deep in the woods, Hannah's skills and knowledge are second to none. But what's her secret to thriving in the wilderness? Today, we're diving into Hannah Barron's top 5 survival tips that just might save your life if you ever find yourself in the wild. Trust me, you'll want to hear every one of these. 1. Always be prepared with the right gear. One of Hannah's golden rules for survival is preparation. You never want to step foot into the wild without the essentials that could make or break your experience, or even your safety. So, what does Hannah always carry with her? First and foremost, a sharp, durable knife is non-negotiable. Whether it's for cutting rope, making a fire, or cleaning game, a good knife is your best friend in the wilderness. Hannah has often shared that her knife is one of her most valuable tools, and she never goes anywhere without it. Next up, a fire starter. Sure, matches or lighters work, but Hannah recommends a flint and steel because they're reliable even in wet conditions. Fire is essential not just for warmth, but for cooking, purifying water, and signaling for help if needed. And don't forget about navigation tools. Hannah prefers a good old-fashioned compass and a map. While GPS devices are convenient, batteries can fail, and service isn't always reliable. In her own words, sometimes going old school is what keeps you alive. Lastly, water purification tools are a must. Hannah often mentions the importance of staying hydrated. But in the wild, water sources can be unpredictable. Carrying water purification tablets or a lightweight filtration system ensures you'll always have access to safe drinking water. The lesson here? Preparation is power. Take the time to pack properly, and you'll set yourself up for success no matter what the wild throws at you. 2. Learn to read the land. If there's one thing Hannah emphasizes, it's the importance of understanding your surroundings. Being able to read the land is a skill that separates the survivors from the unprepared. One of Hannah's go-to tips is learning to identify natural resources. For instance, knowing which plants are edible versus toxic can mean the difference between a full stomach and a dangerous mistake. Hannah often points out that wild berries, nuts, and certain roots can be lifesavers, but only if you know which ones to pick. She's also big on paying attention to animal tracks. Tracks can lead you to water sources or warn you about potential predators in the area. Hannah's expertise in tracking stems from her years of hunting experience, and she encourages everyone to learn the basics, even if you're not a hunter. Another key part of reading the land is understanding weather patterns. Hannah advises keeping an eye on the sky for signs of changing weather. For example, a sudden drop in temperature or a shift in wind direction can indicate an incoming storm. Knowing how to read these signs can help you find shelter and stay safe. Hannah's message here is clear. The wild speaks its own language, and if you take the time to learn it, you'll always have the upper hand. 3. Master the art of building shelter. Shelter is one of the most critical aspects of survival, and Hannah is an absolute pro at building one in the wild. She shared that a good shelter doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to protect you from the elements and keep you safe. One of her favorite go-to shelters is the lean-to. It's simple to construct and incredibly effective. All you need are a few sturdy branches and some foliage for insulation. Hannah's tip? Look for natural formations like rock overhangs or fallen trees that can give you a head start in building your shelter. Another pro tip from Hannah is to always consider your location. Build your shelter on higher ground to avoid flooding, and stay away from areas with heavy animal activity. She also recommends positioning your shelter near a water source, but not too close. Wild animals often visit water sources at night, and you don't want to find yourself in their path. And don't underestimate the importance of insulation. Hannah emphasizes using leaves, grass, or pine needles to line the inside of your shelter. Not only does this provide comfort, but it also keeps you warm by trapping body heat. For Hannah, shelter isn't just about staying dry or warm. It's about creating a safe space that allows you to rest and recharge, giving you the strength to face the challenges ahead. 4. Stay calm and adapt to challenges. If there's one piece of advice that Hannah swears by, it's the importance of staying calm under pressure. Survival situations can be overwhelming, but panicking will only make things worse. Hannah often says that the wild rewards adaptability. No matter how much you plan, unexpected challenges are bound to arise. Maybe a storm rolls in, or your gear breaks, or you find yourself lost. The key, according to Hannah, is to take a deep breath, assess the situation, and come up with a plan. She also encourages people to rely on their instincts. Your gut feeling is often more accurate than you think, she said. This intuition comes with experience, but even beginners can benefit from learning to trust themselves. Another way Hannah stays calm is by breaking big problems into smaller, manageable tasks. For instance, instead of focusing on how lost you are, focus on finding a landmark or building a fire. These small victories not only improve your situation, but also boost your confidence, helping you stay motivated. Hannah's resilience in the face of adversity is a reminder that survival isn't just about physical strength. It's about mental toughness. Keep a level head, and you'll find solutions to even the most daunting problems. 5. Respect the wild and its creatures. Hannah's final survival tip is perhaps the most important. Always respect the wild. For her, survival isn't just about staying alive, it's about coexisting with nature. One way she demonstrates this respect is by practicing ethical hunting and fishing. Hannah only takes what she needs and ensures that nothing goes to waste. She believes that understanding the balance of nature is key to being a responsible outdoors person. She also stresses the importance of leaving no trace. Whether it's picking up trash, extinguishing campfires, or avoiding damage to natural habitats, Hannah believes that everyone has a responsibility to protect the wild for future generations. When it comes to wildlife, Hannah advises giving animals plenty of space. She's had her fair share of close encounters, from snakes to wild boars, and her golden rule is simple: observe, but don't interfere. Wildlife can be unpredictable, and respecting their boundaries is crucial for your safety and theirs. Hannah's deep connection to the outdoors shines through in everything she does, and her respect for nature is a lesson we can all learn from. The wild isn't just a backdrop for adventure. It's a living, breathing ecosystem that deserves our care and consideration. Hannah Barron's top 5 survival tips aren't just for extreme adventurers. They're for anyone who wants to feel more confident and prepared in the great outdoors. From packing the right gear to mastering the art of shelter building, reading the land, staying calm under pressure, and respecting nature, Hannah's advice is a blueprint for not just surviving, but thriving in the wild. So, whether you're planning your next big adventure or simply want to be ready for the unexpected, take a page from Hannah Barron's book. Because if there's one thing she's proven time and time again, it's that with the right mindset and skills, the wild isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace.